Hi, and welcome to Opm Now, where we look at the activities of the Prime Minister and your government. I'm Naomi Francis. This week on Opm Now, Prime Minister Holness urges Jamaicans to report criminals. The Prime Minister also says the new social housing program is strategic to fight crime, and sections of the St. Thomas leg of the new South Coast Highway Improvement Project paved as work continues. These and more stories coming up right now.
Together, we can create a safer Jamaica for our children. We need to get the guns and save our country.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is again calling on Jamaicans to cooperate with the police to stem the crime and violence in Jamaica. The Prime Minister made the appeal as he condemned the killing of 3 Jamaicans in a drive-by shooting on Thursday night. 3 other persons were also injured in the same incident in Marvelly in St. Andrew. Prime Minister Holness said Jamaicans must realize that cooperating with the police is one of the most effective ways to help rid Jamaica of crime and criminals.
You know that right next door scammers have moved in. You know that in your community, you have some young men who have guns, and they are inveigling your children to get involved with guns. And then, sadly, you get a call that somehow those young men kicked off your door and your children have been killed. But some of you know, but you never said anything. I want to appeal to your good conscience today as citizens of Jamaica. We now have a police force that has a structure that will protect you. Your safety and security is utmost when you provide information.
And the Prime Minister says the new social housing program forms a critical part of the government's deliberate and strategic approach to fighting crime. He noted that improving living conditions will ultimately reduce the negative impact on young people, particularly, and improve their education.
The thinking is that if we improve the conditions under which people live, it will lift the general well-being of the society. But more importantly, on a micro level, on an individual level, if a child who has to be learning complicated and intricate algebra or physics, and they live in a circumstance like this, where they have to be, 3 or 4 of them sharing a room. There is no place for them to have a simple desk. How is that child going to learn? But if we could, by virtue of this housing thrust, just simply improve the living conditions, that could have an impact on children's learning. And if children's learning improve, it will have an impact on their behavior.
And the Prime Minister says the government understands the importance of making Jamaica independent politically and economically. He underscored that the government is actualizing the promise of making the country an independent nation.
Generations before have talked a good talk. They have given glorious speeches and, painted beautiful vistas of dreams of the future. But they haven't really done much to implement. And that has been the failure, essentially, in the last 30 years. If we had achieved all the dreams and visions of the dreamers and visionaries that have come, we would have been a better place. But the dreamers and visionaries were not able to implement and execute. So I do hear a lot of talk from dreamers and visionaries whose time has passed. Now is the time for implementing and execution. And if there's one thing that you can say about this government, the things that were spoken of, dreamt of, visioned, are now being achieved.
And the St. Thomas leg of the South Coast Highway Improvement Project is nearing its final stages. The Prime Minister, in his 2021-2022 budget presentation, had indicated that the South Coast Highway Improvement Project is expected to open up new areas of tourism development and improve traffic flow in several urban centers along the country's southern coastal arterial roadway. Well, so far the commuters are experiencing a smooth ride on sections of the new road. And that's it for OPM Now. Please remember to follow the Prime Minister on all socials at Andrew Holness JM and on YouTube at Andrew Michael Holness /JM. And don't forget to look out for OPM Now every Monday at 6 p.m. on all socials. Catch you next week and stay safe.